Hello everyone, now this is the second scene. I am Mr. Su from the International Department. I am now at the gate of Beijing Bayi School. Today, I will take you to the 3 views of the cloud. Please come with me. What about our school? It is located at No. 29 Suzhou Street. Everyone walked more than 100 meters west of the Suzhou Street subway station to reach the entrance of our school. Well, here's what it looks like when we enter the school. Here is our school's library. You can see that there are 2 sentences on the library. Carry on the past and forge ahead into the future. Open up no money. This is the motto proposed by the founder of our school, Marshal Nyerongjin, for our school, and I hope that the students and teachers of our school can inherit this spirit. Directly behind us is our school's auditorium, which was renovated 2 years ago. Well, that's what our school auditorium looked like in the first place. On the right, you can see that it's our school student development center. The student development center has 2 sentences on it, quality by quality life, which is also what our school has been advocating to provide students with a quality life, so that students can improve their quality of life, improve their learning quality, and improve their life.
The quality is good. Let's come with me.
This is our library, and when you enter the library gate, you can see that there is a picture here. This is General Secretary Xi Jinping's 16 photograph taken when I visited our school on the eve of Teachers' Day. At that time, our school was celebrating its 70th anniversary, and we were holding an exhibition of achievements in the library. After entering the library, there is a big photo here. This is the floor plan of our school in the 50s. You can see what it was like back then. Let's go this way further. Here is the statue of Marshal Nyerongjin, because Marshal Nyerongjin is the founder of our school. In 1947, Marshal Nyerongjin personally founded this school when the artillery was under fire. Later, after more than 70 years of development, it has reached today's scale.
What about going up?
Our school library is divided into 4 floors. The 2nd and 3rd floors are our school library, with a total collection of more than 180,000 books. On the 4th floor, there is a study room for students. Well, senior year students can choose to study here after school. Alright, let's move on to the next place. Well, okay, here's our Tiangong courtyard. It's our Tongzhong Technology classroom. And you can see this is a picture that our President Xi took when he visited our school on the eve of the handover of 16. At that time, he specifically inspected our school's small satellite project. Well, encourage the students to learn about science and technology, make greater contributions to the motherland in the future. Well, it is worth mentioning that nearly 1/3 of the students in this small satellite project are from the International Department.
Hello everyone. Please come here.
Well, this is our creative research room. You can come in and have a look. Well, students learn general techniques in their first year of high school, and there are 3D printers, 3D engraving machines, and so on. All sorts, equipment for students. It is worth mentioning that you can see these awards on the wall. These are the medals that our school students won abroad to participate in, DI competitions. You can see that there are many of them, among which this is our school's medal. Well, and that's the trophy they got. In short, our school's DI is still ranked relatively high in the country. Our instructor, Mr. Chong, is also well known in the country. The coach of Emperor AI, everyone here please. Well, you can see a lot of these on the wall. At that time, the photo taken by General Secretary Xi when he inspected our school was in this classroom in the back, 16. On the eve of Teachers' Day. Well, over here, it's our carpentry class. Well, the children can make these woodworking products by hand in class. These are all self-made works made by the students. And then there are some semi-finished products here. Well, the students will be under the guidance of the teacher, make all kinds of small productions. The simplest is a maza. Our freshman classmates, everyone will make a maza. So if you can, successful admission. Our international department will harvest a wooden maza when you are a freshman in high school. Here you can see that there is such a letter. Here these photos are the launch and implementation ceremony of our small satellite, taken at that time. And then this letter is before the launch of our school's first national science popularization small satellite in December 16th, General Secretary Xi, especially to our school's small satellite team to reply to the letter of encouragement. This is also General Secretary Xi himself. Send it to our school. This letter is also permanently retained by our school. Well, this is our school. Technical design studios. Students can do it on these computers, do some drafting, CD drawings or PS and so on. You can see that there are many photos on both sides, such as photos related to the emission of small MSIs. This is the site of the launch. And then we also have a lot of students from the international department here, and they all went to the launch site at that time. I personally watched the launch of the satellite, and then the satellite was also launched to the successful launch into orbit. In our space, playing our school song and sending back a couple of clearer photos. Well, this is our school's pottery studio. Well, it's also a popular course for students. Well, you can see that this is the preparation area for our pottery class. The kids can use these tools to make these clay cubes into the shape they want. And then there's also the prep area, well, where the kids can color their baked pottery. Well, you can see that there are a lot of student artwork on the wall, and this is all the work that students made during class. You can see that their imagination is really rich. There may be many different styles of this fish alone, and although they are the same theme, each student has a different creativity. What about the back? This is, our baking kiln, and then the children's works are fired in this kiln at the back, and after firing they are glazed and colored here, which is also the work of some students in our school. Well, the next thing we're going to is a fashion design studio. When you come in, you can see a lot of student-designed costumes on both sides, and he can learn how to cut clothes here during his elective classes. Costume design. Make your own favorite costume. And you can see that there is a small catwalk in the back. After designing their own clothes, students can wear these clothes to walk the catwalk here and experience the feeling of fashion models. This course is also very popular with students. If you like fashion design, don't miss this elective course. Well, the next class to go to is the cooking class. No. It's our housekeeping studio. As the name suggests, the housekeeping studio is the skills that need to be learned in the future, or at home, which can be practiced here, and you can see that this is a full range of kitchens. There's a stove here, there's an oven, and then there's a microwave here, and there's a big fridge. And then our students can bring their own materials when they are learning home economics, or they can use the school materials to learn cooking skills here, and then our international department also has it. Well, there is also a bakery where you can also make pastries. In short, learning to cook is still very helpful for your future life, especially for your overseas study life. Well, you can probably see that there are a lot of students making it here. Those who participated in the second competition. Well, the props used in the competition and the trophy won in the competition. Here's where our students learn about mechanics, all kinds of, engines. The place where the engine is designed is to see that there are motorcycles here for students to disassemble, and then there is a whole car here for students to disassemble, and students can study here, the gearbox, and engine working principle. Well, you can see these two venues over here. This is the training ground for our school's wax robotics competition. You can follow me this way. Well, it's their studio. Well, it's right here that the students design and build their robots, and then go, national and foreign competitions. It is worth mentioning that so is the robot competition in our school. A really good result. Well, you can see the trophies they've won here. Well, our school plans to build a world-class science and technology normal high school in 2035, so our whole school is also working hard for this goal. And our school, science classes, these activities and experiments are still relatively strong.
Don't miss it if you like it. Hello everyone. This is the underground gym of our school.
Well, you can see that there is a standard boxing ring here, and then there are a lot of sandbags here, and our school has a boxing club, where students can participate in training and learn boxing knowledge. This is our school fencing. Well, we also have tendons where kids can do tendon exercises, and there are yoga classes here. Well, in short, we need to have a lot of sports-related programs, and students can choose to participate according to their interests. Hello everyone, this is the underground gym of our school. You can see a lot of fitness equipment. Including the treadmill that I'm using right now, there's the bike over here, and the elliptical, that's the cardio training area. Students can do cardiopulmonary training here, aerobic exercise, and then there is the anaerobic training area. There are some equipment and dumbbells, and students can do muscle building training here, and muscle building and fat loss are done at the same time. Well, a lot of students can meet their familiar teachers and classmates here, because we are open to all teachers and students every day at noon and after school every day. Well, I also hope that students will increase their physical exercise together and lay a good foundation for their own learning together. Let's go to the next place. Here it's our school's laboratory building, and the first floor is the biology laboratory. And as soon as you enter the biology laboratory, you can see that there is such a scene. There are more than 200 kinds of animals in it, all of which are real animal specimens. And the students call this a zoo. And then on both sides, it's our laboratory. And there are some introductions from famous scientists, and then this. What about zoos? If you look closely, each animal has a number on it, and you can see it more clearly in this window. Well, there are all kinds of animals, all kinds of birds, lions and tigers, and a giraffe. Well, you should be able to see one when you get here.
Better panorama.
Okay, let's go to the second floor. On the second floor, there is the physics laboratory of our school. You can come in, you can see that there is a relatively large model of hydroelectric power, nuclear power generation, wind power generation, and thermal power generation. You can let students better understand the principles of these power generation, and then on both sides, it is also the same as downstairs. There are all kinds of physics laboratories. Next, let's go to the third floor for a visit. Well, on the third floor, there's some of our biology labs, and then you can see that there's a variety of models here, where students can learn about the structure of the human body, all aspects of medical knowledge, and there's a simulated Red Cross first aid experience area, where students can experience what it's like to be a doctor. Well, let's go to the fourth floor next. The fourth floor is our STEAM teaching space. Well, this is our school's Future Innovation Education Experience Center. Well, there are a lot of related textbooks in it, and then these textbooks are all 3D printed and students can use them in class. Guys, now we're at the football field of Bayi School, and you can see that it's a standard football field with a 400-meter track. And this field is also legally officially certified, and we hold sports meetings here every year. And the Student Sports Festival, when General Secretary she came back to his alma mater to inspect it, he said here that more than 50 years ago he played here, and their football team also won the 4th place in the country when our school's soaring football team, also in the country. They are all very famous, and they have achieved great results as well, winning quite a few national first prizes. Let's go to the basketball court in front of us. You can see that this is the outdoor basketball court of our school. And there's a large basketball court over there. And there's another small one. It is divided into two areas. On the right, you can see that there are two buildings with a sense of age. This is the first and second building of our school. This is the student dormitory building of the year. A total of 4 buildings, A, B, C, D, propylene, and 2 buildings, which have now become the gymnasium of our school. Building A and Building B have been preserved. What about these 4 buildings after they were personally supervised by Commander-in-Chief Zhu De? It is highly rated. As for the Dragon, it is now the office of our school sports team, and the second floor is the administrative office of our school. What you see now is our international department. The international division is divided into M and N sections, with a total of more than 30 classrooms. This small courtyard here is a typical Hui-style building. I don't know if you have found it. There are 2 trees in it. One tree is a peach tree, and the other tree is a plum tree. Every year when students graduate, we see these 2 trees blossom and bear fruit. This is our class in the international division. Our international department implements small classes. Each class is decorated by the students themselves, and the style of each class is also different, and the students in each class can use their own decoration. It is through one's own hands and through one's own painting that each classroom is set up differently. There is such a small courtyard next to the international department. The scenery is also very good, and many students choose to study here. Over here, there is an old well of Bai. When President Xi was in our school, the whole school used the water from this well as drinking water.
With the progress of the times.
Although this well has been abandoned and is no longer in use, we will not forget the history of that hard work. This is our school's basketball hall. In the basketball hall, we hold a lot of activities every year, such as the annual Science and Technology Festival, where the students' robot competition is held. Every year, our international department also holds a teacher-student basketball match, and it will also be held here. Around October, our school will hold a large-scale overseas university admissions fair, where admissions officers from more than 100 universities will gather to share first-hand admissions information for students. Here, there are hundreds of seats in the interior of our honor auditorium. Whenever our school holds a large-scale event, such as an art festival for each grade, or when we invite various celebrities to give speeches at the school, the whole school will gather here. Well, that's all for today's visit. Due to time constraints, there are still many places where you cannot take a tour, so you are welcome to visit our school in the future. Finally, there is a little secret to tell you. Today's tour route includes the route taken by President Xi when he returned to school to visit teachers and students. Well, that's it for today's overall visit. Everyone, goodbye. Goodbye.